Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. The studio lights glared down like miniature suns, heating the air with nervous electricity. It was finals night on The Chase and every seat was taken. Even the cameras seemed to lean closer, sensing something special or disastrous was about to unfold. Tonight's team was an odd trio. Martin, a statistics teacher who treated probability like religion, Lila, a children's magician whose pockets jingled with dice and cards, and George, a retiree who'd applied on a dare from his granddaughter. They had one goal: conquer the Panther, the show's most feared chaser. From the start, things felt off. Martin kept adjusting his glasses every 3 seconds, which would have been fine if he hadn't been seated under a spotlight reflecting directly into the lens. Every shot of him came with a blinding glare. Lila's charm tricks kept accidentally activating, cards falling from sleeves, a coin magically clinking to the floor mid-answer. George was calm, but perhaps too calm. He'd forgotten his hearing aids at home and required the host to repeat each question twice. The live audience whispered. Something was brewing. The cash builder rounds were a chaotic ballet. Martin froze on a question about prime numbers, and murmured, "I don't perform under solar heat." Lila somehow answered 3 questions correctly while picking up fallen cards. George got stuck on, of all things, what is the capital of France, and cheerfully answered, "Nice place." They scraped together a modest but survivable total. Then the Panther arrived. Dressed in sleek black, eyes razor-sharp, she stalked onto the stage like a villain entering a courtroom. Even the theme music seemed to retreat. "Well," she purred, "I see they've given me the evening off." Martin flinched. Lila's pocket produced a puff of glitter. George smiled, unsure what she'd said. The head-to-head chases felt like watching 3 different genres collide. Martin tried to outlogic every question, muttering the Fibonacci sequence under his breath. Lila knocked over her podium twice. George buzzed confidently on wrong answers, but waved apologetically each time. Miraculously, or perhaps mercifully, they all made it through. And then came the final chase. 30 seconds in, Lila's last emergency magic trick misfired. A spring-loaded bouquet burst from her sleeve, startling Martin, who bumped into George, who hit his podium so hard the buzzer stuck. The host paused mid-question, blinking. The audience gasped. Cameras zoomed in gleefully. "Is everyone all right?" the host asked. "Never better," said George, whose buzzer was still emitting a sad, continuous beep, 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 beep. They managed only 8 steps, a total so low that the audience groaned in sympathetic agony. Even the Panther blinked as if insulted. Then came the chaser's turn. She approached the podium like a queen approaching dessert. But fate, chaotic, glitter-covered fate, had other plans. Halfway through her round, the stuck buzzer on George's podium reignited with a shriek. Lila's fallen magic coin skittered across the floor, catching the chaser's heel. Martin's glare-reflecting glasses flashed like a distress beacon, momentarily blinding the camera operator, whose elbow hit a switch that plunged half the studio lights into darkness. The Panther gasped. She actually gasped and stumbled backwards. The clock stopped. The producers huddled. The audience murmured like a disturbed beehive. In the end, the Panther recovered and crushed their tiny score with the speed of a caffeinated panther, but it didn't matter. The damage was done. The audience later hailed it the worst final ever. A glorious, mesmerizing car crash of an episode, one that no one would ever forget. And back in their dressing room, Martin, Lila, and George sat in stunned silence until George finally said, with a grin, "Well, nice place."